Hey United fans, welcome back to United Focus, your home for all the latest updates and passionate breakdowns of everything happening with Manchester United. Today we have got an enormous amount of Manchester United news to get through, and every single story matters for where this club goes in the most important summer they have had in years. We are talking about the 3-2 victory over Liverpool that officially sealed Champions League qualification, and what it means financially with Adidas triggering a £10 million bonus payment. We are talking about Bruno Fernandes and the most honest and most direct admission about his future that he has given all season, words that suggest he is staying. And more. Let us get into every single story right now. Start with the victory over Liverpool, because the full picture of what that result delivered goes beyond the 3 points and the Champions League confirmation that was the primary headline. The 3-2 win at Old Trafford, Mainoo's winner sealing the deal against one of the most historically significant rivals in English football, was mission accomplished for Michael Carrick in the most emphatic and the most emotionally resonant way possible. Champions League qualification confirmed. The primary objective of the entire interim tenure delivered with games still to spare. And now the waiting game for Carrick as Ineos make their final decision on whether to hand him the keys to Old Trafford on a permanent basis. A decision that Romano has consistently described as pointing towards confirmation with Carrick, the clear internal favourite. The financial implications of the Liverpool victory extend well beyond the standard Champions League prize money and distribution payments that any qualifying club receives. Kit sponsor Adidas will trigger a contractually agreed £10 million bonus payment to Manchester United as a direct consequence of Champions League qualification, a clause built into their existing deal with the club that adds a meaningful and immediate financial uplift on top of the broadcast revenue, gate receipts and UEFA prize money that Champions League participation generates. £10 million from Adidas alone, before a single group stage match is played, before a single ticket is sold for European nights at Old Trafford next season. That is the kind of contract clause that was designed specifically for this moment, a reward for delivering the qualification that makes United an attractive and commercially viable Champions League brand again, and it arrives at exactly the right moment to bolster the summer transfer budget that everyone at Old Trafford is already planning against. Bruno Fernandes has spoken, and the words he used on Sky Sports represent the clearest and the most emotionally direct indication he has given all season about his desire to remain at Manchester United beyond this summer. Earlier in the campaign, Fernandes said he would make a decision on his future after the World Cup, language that was interpreted by some as leaving the door open for a departure and by others as simple professional caution about making commitments too far in advance. But what he said recently is different in tone and different in substance in ways that every United supporter will want to hear and understand fully. It is not a question of loyalty, he said. I could have gone 2 years ago. I could have gone 3 years ago. I could have gone last season. But I really like to be here. I think being successful at this club is something I can never get at another club. The joy and everything I get, the day I get what I want from this club, I do not think I will get that from any other club in the world. Those are not the words of a player who is keeping his options open. Those are not the carefully managed public statements of someone whose agent is conducting negotiations with multiple clubs simultaneously and who wants to avoid closing any doors. Those are the words of a man who genuinely loves his football club and who has made peace with the idea that his story at Manchester United is not finished yet, because the thing he actually wants from this club has not yet arrived. Until my contract expires, he said, I am going to try. The championship, the trophy that makes everything complete. That is what Bruno is staying for. And the combination of Champions League football next season and a manager in Carrick who understands how to get the best from him is the environment in which Fernandes believes that ambition can finally be realised. Bruno Fernandes is staying. The assists record attempt that was just one away from Premier League history will continue next season at Old Trafford in the Champions League. And the creative engine of everything Carrick has built this season will be powering the project for at least another campaign. The Harry Kane link is one of the most explosive and most unexpected transfer stories to emerge around Manchester United this week, and Football Insiders report that United are interested in signing the England captain this summer demands to be taken seriously even if the immediate practical obstacles are considerable. Kane is approaching the end of his first contract at Bayern Munich, which runs until 2027, and the German club are involved in key negotiations about an extension. Bayern remain relaxed and still expect Kane to sign a new deal despite the growing external interest, which suggests this is not yet a situation where United can simply make an offer and expect it to be received warmly by either the player or the selling club. But the detail that United would not pass up the chance if Kane becomes available changes the nature of the story. This is not United prioritising Kane as their primary summer striker target. It is United identifying a scenario in which the most complete and most prolific number 9 in English football history could become available and positioning themselves to be the club ready to move if that window opens. Kane at 31 is still performing at extraordinary levels in the Bundesliga, and his combination of goal-scoring quality, hold-up play, and the specific ability to make everyone around him better through intelligent movement and intelligent distribution would immediately transform United's attacking options beyond what Sesko currently provides. Whether this moves from background interest to active pursuit depends entirely on what happens in Kane's Bayern contract discussions over the coming weeks. The Danilo pursuit is a genuinely interesting addition to United's midfield planning that reveals the breadth of their scouting and the creativity of their recruitment thinking. The Brazilian midfielder left Nottingham Forest in the summer of 2025 to return to Botafogo, and his performances for the South American club have been impressive enough to attract renewed Premier League interest at a valuation of around £34 million. United are ready to challenge Fulham for his signature according to Fojonet, which suggests this is a market-level pursuit rather than a headline-grabbing ambition and reflects the need to find good value options alongside the premium targets like Anderson, Tonali and Tchouaméni. Danilo's Nottingham Forest experience means he is not an unknown quantity in English football, which reduces the risk of an overseas signing who takes time to adapt, and his Brazilian profile fits within the pattern of successful Brazilian acquisitions that United have been building under Carrick, with Cunha's exceptional contributions this season demonstrating what the right Brazilian footballer brings to this specific environment and this specific system. Marcus Rashford's situation has attracted another major European club into the conversation this week, with Dietmar Hamann telling Bayern Munich publicly and directly that Vincent Kompany's side should make a move for the United loanee before Hansi Flick's Barcelona can complete the permanent deal. Hamann was unambiguous in his endorsement, saying 100% that Bayern should go in for Rashford and describing him as a brilliant player who scored brilliant goals and linked up well with Barcelona. The German Football Insider's specific recommendation carries weight in the context of a player whose market value has been significantly enhanced by his Barcelona performances, but whose permanent future remains as unresolved as the Spanish club struggles to meet United's €30 million asking price given their ongoing financial constraints. Bayern Munich entering the conversation as a credible suitor adds genuine competitive pressure to the Rashford negotiation in ways that benefit United's commercial position. A bidding situation between Bayern and Barcelona, both clubs of enormous prestige and both capable of offering Rashford the Champions League football and the elite environment he has demonstrated he can thrive in, strengthens United's hand in insisting the full option price is met, rather than negotiating a discounted exit that undervalues a player who has genuinely revived his career in Spain elsewhere. Gary Neville has provided the most detailed and most specific blueprint for United's summer recruitment that any credible former player has offered, and his assessment deserves proper attention because it combines the knowledge of someone who understands this specific club deeply with the analytical objectivity of someone who has no stake in the outcome beyond wanting United to succeed. Neville identified 4 priority signings: a left-back, a central defender and 2 midfielders. All 4 areas top-notch, he emphasised, not stopgap solutions or value options, but genuine quality additions that move the starting lineup significantly forward. On top of those 4 essentials, Neville added a conditional 5th in the form of a Mason Mount trade, suggesting that if the injured midfielder can be used in a player plus cash deal to bring in someone more flexible and more consistently available, then United should pursue that avenue rather than simply writing off the £60 million that was spent on him at Chelsea in 2023. The Mount suggestion is significant because it acknowledges both the reality of the investment that was made and the practical difficulty of recouping it through a straight cash sale. Mount has shown genuine quality in flashes under Carrick, but his availability record has been simply unacceptable for a player being paid at that level, and Neville's instinct to use him as a negotiating tool rather than a player to rebuild around reflects the clear-eyed assessment that the club needs to make about where his contribution sits relative to the overall squad-building priorities. The picture that emerges from all of this transfer activity and all of these conversations is of a Manchester United that is genuinely and comprehensively planning for a summer that could transform this squad from Champions League qualifiers into Champions League competitors. Carrick confirmed or imminent. Fernandes staying. Kane a background possibility. Danilo as a creative midfield option at market value. Rashford attracting European giants, which strengthens United's negotiating position. Neville's blueprint giving the rebuild clear and credible direction. The Adidas bonus adding 10 million to the budget. And the Champions League qualification itself unlocking a financial platform that changes every conversation United will have between now and August. This is not a club in transition anymore. This is a club that has completed its transition and is now building forward from a confirmed Champions League platform with a manager the players trust, a captain who wants to be there, and a recruitment strategy that is becoming clearer and more ambitious with every passing week. The summer starts now, and Manchester United are ready for it.